After our last video, we got a flood of comments on our YouTube channel saying that you wanted a template. You needed help with how to lay out your local newsletter. So what I've done is I've created this little tool here that's going to help you do exactly that. Now, this is in test mode. So if you want this, I'm not actually going to make it live to everyone right now. Just go down into the comments, comment local newsletter template, and I will send you the link to this because I don't want it going out to hundreds and hundreds of people. What I want to do is I just want a few people to test this and then give me feedback. So I'll send you the link on YouTube and you can try it out, and then you can just leave me a comment on YouTube and then we can make this better for you. But the way that I've designed this is you're going to give it a little bit of information and it's going to create a sample newsletter for you. And what you're able to do then is you can cut and paste that into a Word document. You can then edit it how you want it, and then you can feed that into ChatGPT. So I would take this sample you're going to create, put it into a Google Docs, save that as a PDF, and then you can give that to a tool like ChatGPT and say, here's a sample newsletter, how I want you to create it. And then you can talk to ChatGPT and it can write you a newsletter with the actual local events and news that's going on that you've found in your local area. So in order to do this then, we're just going to answer these questions. So what is the name of your newsletter? I'm going to call mine the BU Buzz. I created some videos previously on this channel about how you can set up a local newsletter around a university. So we're going to use BU in Boston and we're going to call it the BU Buzz. We're going to put the location, which is Boston. We'll put in the newsletter author, which for you guys would be your name. So this would be your name, where your newsletter is located, and your name for it. And then you're going to put in your target audience. So this might just be people who live in the city that you're targeting or the area you're targeting. So I'm going to put in here students that attend Boston University. And then after that, I'm going to put in any sections I want. So this is trained to give you 4 or 5 sections to include that are based on the area. If you have anything you definitely want to include. So for example, I'm going to put in student discounts because that will be a really useful section to have because I'm targeting students and students don't always have a lot of money. But you could put anything in there. So for example, if you were doing a newsletter for families, you might want to put in a section of like family activities on the weekend. If you were doing a newsletter for seniors, then you might have more midweek events that are going on during the day. So if you've got something you want to include, if you're partnering with a real estate agent, then you might have a real estate section that you want to include. So we're just going to put all of that in. Then we're going to hit submit. And what's going to happen is behind this, there is a prompt. Basically, what I've done is taken the newsletter format that's working for us, for local newsletters, put that behind the prompt. It's going to pair that up with the information that you give it, and then it's going to create a newsletter for you. Now, this is not going to be correct information. You can't copy and paste this and publish. That's not what this is designed for. It's designed as a template. Okay, so this email address made up. You're going to need to swap it out for your email address. These are probably going to be made up as well because I'm not getting the tool to search the internet. But what you can see is how nicely this has been set up. So we've got our introduction, we've got our poll, which is a really, really important feature. We have got campus and city updates. We've got it set out nicely with the bold and the bullet point. This is what this is all about. It's creating a template. So what you can do is you can copy this with this button, go into, as I said, Google Docs, save it as a PDF, download that, and then re-upload it to ChatGPT and say, right, ChatGPT or Claude, whatever you want to use, here's a template for the layout of how I want you to write the newsletter. And then from that point, you say, okay, now here are the things I want to include in the newsletter. And obviously, if you're going to put this into the Google Docs, you can change anything that you want to. But it's going to have all of the information in here that you've given it in the beginning of the prompt in terms of what you want in your template. Produce that template for you. And then every time you write your newsletter using ChatGPT, using Claude, using whatever you want to do, it can reference this template so that you've got all the same sections, you've got the same layout, you've got the nice emojis at the beginning, you've got all of like the correct headers and all those kind of things set up for you. So as I said, if you want to use this, go down into the comments, put this title for the tool into the comments, because I'm going to be creating a few of these for you over the next few weeks for you to be able to test. I can send you the link, you can test it out, and then you can just come back to the YouTube channel, tell me your thoughts. What do you need more of? So for example, which of these do you need me to add? How can I make this better for you so we can create a template together which you can use for every single newsletter going forward for your local newsletter. See you in the next one.